And we are back a little bit sooner than expected. Had a little bit of a reschedule situation, but we are here. We are in the lobby. The Saints took down the Kansas Jayhawks 3-0 a little while ago. Now, University of Wisconsin Stout on the agenda. Going to start things off over on DePaul, and we're going to see what these two teams have in store.
Yeah, right off the bat, we see a kind of difference in style. St. Clair opting for a Sombra comp, whereas University of Wisconsin are going to be playing the Pharmacy as well as a Kiriko. Like we've been talking about all day, Kiriko, good hero. Pharmacy, also kind of good hero.
Yeah.
But right away, Emran's going for a hack, but a nice deny from that ball is going to make sure that hack doesn't get through, and it actually forces Emran to retreat out.
Yeah, Squeak now going to try to get going on the point, though. Going to look for the slam. Gets the cleanse burned early, but either way, he is low on HP. Is going to get that armor top up and the healing over there from Arjunk, so he will survive. Saints zone off the point pretty well here. They are going to actually get the capture.
Yeah, a nice rotation there from Arjunk and RedX. They're able to situate themselves on the point, and once you get that core on point, it can be a bit hard to dislodge them. Yeah. That's where you want to see the ball and the Fair kind of combine to start dealing some damage. And we do see the ball goes in, but unfortunately that Discord orb is so strong, forces him out immediately. And meanwhile, the Pharmacy kind of have their hands full dealing with Emran here.
I was going to say, and that's like the one, I guess the one caveat of the Pharmacy is that while you have that, such good damage from the skies, you're so hard to track down. You're not going to be the two members touching the point probably the entire. If you're Farah and you're on the point, you're doing something wrong typically.
Absolutely, yeah. And Emran is still just doing chaos there on that Sombra, is able to take out the Kiriko. He's just going back and forth between that health pack and the point and doing such a great job of finding value. And meanwhile, RedX and Arjunk, they're just being such a solid core. Like RedX is throwing out all these armor packs onto Arjunk every time he gets pressured. So, University of Wisconsin is putting on all these resources and they're not quite finding any value out of it, which kind of just leads to a net deficit for them.
Yeah, I'm looking for a massive ulti from Flak here to try to set things up. The Valkyrie is there. Pulse Bomb online as well. They're going to have to make a big play because 60%, you can't really afford to lose these ultis. There's the Pulse Bomb, though. The mines come out as well, so they're going to invest here. There's the Farah ult, trying to take down Squeak there. Going to take down at least most of the mines. Going to hit the win button is RedX there. Going to stay alive for just a second, but he is going to fall to Dregman. The Saints, they are going to burn the rally. They are going to burn the mines. However, they are going to still have this point. Actually, I was going to say I thought Wisconsin was taking it, but the whole time it's being stalled out. 74%. They did take a couple ultimates still though off the table.
Yeah, really nice stall there coming out from St. Clair. But University of Wisconsin, they were able to find the picks they needed. So with the barrage,
didn't need that many ults actually too. It was pretty clean.
Especially and they did force out the EMP there from Emran.
Which is huge.
It was a quick cleanse coming in from Rukio, which kind of countered that EMP
from
again.
Kiriko.
So yeah,
again countering an entire ultimate with a 15-second ability.
Yeah, and now we get the Kiriko ult coming out of her own. That Kitsune rush is going to be putting a lot of pressure down. Trying to get the duel here. It is actually going to force out the Transcendence. This Transcendence, St. Clair, they're going to want to push with this, see if they can stabilize, find some value. And Arjun, he's going way forward onto the enemy health pack. But, University of Wisconsin, they are still in control, and Rickles is able to take down Arjunk. Now it's going to be RedX as the solo healer here. But Flak did go down. Crime able to find that pick, but a quick res. Yeah, University of Wisconsin. But Crime, he's not going to be outdone. He finds another pick, and the Mercy's so low. Okay, Crime is there to clean it up.
Turns out ball beats Mercy. In the game of Overwatch, rock, paper, scissors. Either way, though, also, Wisconsin still has had the point.
Fourth now. It's making a fifth.
Crime's going crazy. They still have yet to take the point. They're finally going to grab it, luckily, but he was doing so much damage. He's back to the Pulse Bomb. The stall actually just in time, so Wisconsin trying to delay these Saints as long as they can. The Pulse Bomb is there. They are finally going to zone off this point. They have a pretty healthy economic state, or ultimate state, rather. Emran now over onto that Soldier as well, so a couple swaps that we're seeing here and there.
Yeah, and I think this is St. Clair kind of paying a bit of respect to that Farah. They're like, hey, our Stormbra's working great, but unfortunately we just gonna need a little bit more pressure to make sure Farah is not kind of moving as freely as she has been before. But Crime, always there when you need him, finds another pick onto that Kiriko, which is so crucial. And Flak is low. The Mercy's busy resing that Kiriko. She's nowhere to be seen.
Nothing on the Pulse Bomb.
And Arjun finds a pick. Emran finds a pick of his own. And St. Clair with a masterclass there. The University of Wisconsin are going to try to solve this out by the looks of it, see if they can find a pick, but it's not going to be able to quite happen.
Emran's getting that aimbot in a couple seconds there, too. It's going to be a lot
pushing
harder.
Their spawn door.
Arjunk, forget the visor there. Arjunk taking a double kill there. They're getting that DPS Zen to work. We've been seeing him the last few weeks. To be fair, most Zen players, they got damage on them.
Yeah, Zen is that third DPS. But that was just such a nice play from St. Clair there. Crime went in, assassinated the Kiriko, took her out of the equation. Now, you can't take that final fight without a Kiriko, right? Kiriko's busted, like we said. You need to have her online. So Mercy comes away to get the res on the Kiriko. But guess what? If your Mercy's busy,
Farah's exposed.
Farah's getting no help. Flat got taken out real quick there, and St. Clair, they just started sweeping from there.
Yeah, that's why it's one of those comps that while Pharmacy is like kind of playing their own two-man game in the skies, while the other 3 members have to make sure they work the ground. Because as I said, the second you draw the Mercy away, something goes wrong on the bottom floor. Pharah, yes, it's a good hero, but when she's up in the air alone, you know, you're pretty vulnerable. She's going to go down pretty quickly. She's a pretty easy target to hit. The jetpack, not that mobile early, though. Nice kill on Emran, although the tank fist, Squeak, trying to get up close and personal. We saw the ball going for the Mercy, so why not the tank fist going for the Pharah?
Squeak looking like One Punch Man versus the giant meteor there, the way he rocketed into the sky. But, you know, at the end of the day, it looks like St. Clair are going to be kind of stabilizing here. And looks like, you know, despite that first pick from University of Wisconsin, it doesn't look like they were able to get follow-up that they needed from it. But Squeak is going to get taken out here. Went a little bit too deep, and they did get caught out. Now, Crime is going to be poking at this Pharah. The Mercy's kind of been dragged away again. Oh, and Emran coming from behind.
He went all the way to the other side. Spawn ends up hitting the flank. The Clan's beautifully timed on the res, but the spray down immediately going to come through. And when Mercy's down, Pharah is usually short to follow there. Emran finds a kill onto Flak. Crime. This guy on Tracer, absolutely unbelievable. Just so much damage. Now Squeak on the Diva. This guy's hero pool deep as the ocean.
Yeah, and that's just such great coordination that we saw there from Emran and Crime. Emran, realizing that the back was unguarded, went on this long flank, and while it did take him out of the fight for a bit, once he got back, he was just completely uncontested. They couldn't really go back to contest him at all because they were so busy looking at what was in front of them, and he was just able to get so much value. He took out the Kiriko, or forced the res. And from there, you know, it's kind of like the same thing that happened on that last point. Once he split the Mercy off from that Pharah to force the res.
Echo now.
You deny the res. And now we see a different flyer. Echo does have a little bit more self-sustain than the Pharah and a little bit more burst potential, especially with like that beam. And we do see a lamp forced out early here. This is actually really good for University of Wisconsin because it means that now their next dive could potentially be a free pick onto one of these squishies.
Yeah, they are going to take the point back as well, so they're going to get the capture there. The Saints do find a couple of picks, so if you're looking for the Saints to try to get the recapture here, the cleanse is down, but the kills are going back Wisconsin's way. Arjung trying to stay alive here on point. Couple members of Wisconsin, though, tagging him down low, the Saints. Looks like they're going to end up balling the Diva Bomb, though, trying to see if he can find anything.
Not quite. And I believe Emran is still at the enemy spawn, unless I'm wrong. He is. He's going for the...
But see, now the fact that he took all that time, it didn't work. Now they didn't get the point. They don't get the spawn trap, and the tick is going to keep going up for Wisconsin.
Yeah, unfortunately. Emran, lightning doesn't quite strike twice this time. Isn't able to quite find the same value. But he is getting close to that visor. And St. Clair, in fact, they are close to 4 ults here, but University of Wisconsin are almost the exact same, short of that pulse bomb. Valkyrie getting popped early here, but Squeak is going to be on that point, putting some pressure down.
Kitsune.
And we see the Kitsune rush. Cleanse comes out. Ult's coming out from both sides. Double Kitsune rush. Lamp forced out. Attack visor coming out as well. But University of Wisconsin, they're coming out on top.
Yeah, the healing just enough there. They keep every single member up and healthy as well. Flak is going to morph into the Kiriko, seeing what help he can give to his team over there. Crime has to back off the point now. Wisconsin zoning off the Saints beautifully. And in all likelihood, barring some kind of crazy pulse bomber window, the University of Wisconsin looking pretty good here. The res on the Rukio as well. Both supports still up and kicking. Only the window up for the Saints after this, though. That's going to be their last gasp for any utility, and they're going to fall. And Wisconsin looks to even things up here.
Yeah, such a great job from Wisconsin. They're playing so many angles that the Saints can't possibly be everywhere at once. And, you know, with the Mercy no longer kind of able to be as vulnerable as she was with that Pharah, it's just doing so much more. The damage was on the Echo is huge, and University of Wisconsin with a really solid performance there.
Yeah, that game was super back and forth in the early game. The Saints able to flip the point back, almost getting it that second time over. But Wisconsin, whether it was the hero swap or, like you said, I think it was just like the movement of like 5 players that were, it was like a fiesta. They were all over the place. You didn't really know where to look. You couldn't really focus anything. The Saints made a couple good adjustments, but Wisconsin, fantastic job around the team fighting.
For sure, yeah. And, you know, in this situation, you kind of do need to wonder if maybe Emran getting a little bit too cocky there
I would say
with those flanks.
That's the thing. The flank is okay if it works, but when you go to the flank, waste all that time, and then get murdered immediately, now all of a sudden you played 4v5 basically for nothing.
Yeah, like that's the one thing you got to consider when you go for these like kind of risky plays.
On Soldier too, it's like if you're caught, you're caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can run, but like...
And it's not even so much the fact that you are back there. It's the fact that the time it takes you to get there is time that you're not in the fight. You're essentially dead, right? You're just not in the respawn room. So now we see actually a very different approach coming out from both teams here. University of Wisconsin, they're going to be running a Cass with the ball and Zen Greg. But St. Clair, they're going to be running a Torbjorn Reinhardt composition, and they're going to be pushing in really deep. Redx and Squeak just on a going all the way around. They're going to be pushing in, and it looks like they might be able to get chased down. Emran is able to take out Sockby there, but Flak trades. Emran goes down as well, but Crime takes out Rookie. Crime with a second one. Yeah, Crime doing Crime things. He's able to find value whenever needed, and yeah, Rickles isn't going to stay alive. Oh, Redx easy there.
It's easy. We've seen a lot of close. Redx likes to play it close. He's usually the one ratting in spawn, trying to find a little boop, or being the one taking chances here.
And Emran no longer on that Torbjorn. We're going to see the Bastion come out.
Maybe to try to, I mean, if you get the spawn trap, Bastion, so much damage you can play from behind some of these teammates. It's a little bit risky, though. You don't want to get caught out there. Emran going to play safely behind these teammates, try to get those shots fired off. The Saints up to that 25% mark right now. No ultimate's going to be immediately in the near future for either of these squads. Just a lot of posturing right now.
And while the Bastion doesn't quite have the same, actually, Emran gets caught out, took a 2v1 there and paid the price.
Squeak,
but Squeak, yes. Squeak and Redx, they're going forward. They're able to find picks. Flak does take out Crime. And right now, this fight is actually very even. We'll see if University of Wisconsin can capitalize, find a pick. Redx does go down, and now it's just Arjun and Squeak. If they can take out Arjun, then this might be the opening they need. Arjun goes down. Mr. Rickles with a nice kill there. Squeak, surely he doesn't stay up here.
Surely.
There it is.
There's the shield. Yeah, it's finally going to go down there. 55% though, so not a bad stall considering they lost that fight 30 seconds before they lost the point. Wisconsin though, now you're going to start to see these ultimates actually from both sides as well. Crime trying to build up toward this overclock. Now the Saints are going to have to get out of this spawn, try to get Squeak, maybe hit a huge shatter, try to see what they can get cooking up. The ball though, looks like Drag trying to see if he can stop this push from the Saints.
Yeah, Squeak probably going to have a hard time finding the same kind of value he did in the last game. Just given the nature of Wisconsin's comp, they play a very spread out. And a nice pulse bomb is going to take out Emran. We see a 1-for-1 trade there, as well as the Deadeye. That's just going to zone them out. The Mines keeping them in the corner. But the Window and Crime, they're going to combine, and it looks like they're going to flip the point.
Oh, they actually did take it, yeah, and they have the overclock with Crime too. Trying to get all this damage. I didn't even notice they were on the point. Yeah, they got like one pick. The Window went up, and they just seemingly get able to go back cap that point. Redx still has the beat in his back pocket too. A lot of really, really big ultimates for the Saints still.
Yeah, St. Clair, they took that point basically just on the threat of their presence alone.
Yeah.
And now University of Wisconsin, they used a few ults and didn't really get much value for them. Oh, and Squeaky's rushing forward. He has the shatter. He's going to hold on to it as he sees that
thing on his mind.
Out.
And Squeak trying to find the angle. There's the beat, though, from Redx, trying to keep these Saints alive, realizing, hey, we're at 90%. This is probably the last team fight or two of this game. There's the ulti from Bastion, though. Emran trying to find any damage. That's a great job to zone. Mr. Rickles down to 1.
There's
Kill going to be found, though. There's the pin as well. Flak's going to go down. That's going to be cast down for the fight. Crime on the Sojourn. Both DPS going to be down. And time not of the essence here. Couple of kills going through the other way. One less member to fall, it looks like, and it's going to be the point done.
Sockby is going to have that rally, though. And
they got it.
As we say that, St. Clair, they pushed a little bit too far and couldn't quite contest
Both teams
the point.
have done that same thing 3 times. They just play up too far and give the point away.
They have, yeah. But this time it looks like St. Clair are going to be able to repush. Crime is still in the back. And Emran is on the Widow now. A lot of long-range damage here. University of Wisconsin, if they want to contest this point, they have to deal with a Widow and a Sojourn taking pot shots at them, along with Squeak just sitting there, swinging his hammer. And yeah, the Window comes out.
The Window.
So much damage amplification there. And St. Clair looks like they're sitting pretty. Emran, he's good in a few more shots. Redx isn't quite going to find the kill, but it doesn't matter. St. Clair, they are able to cap, and that's a pretty clean first map for St. Clair.
I mean, that was a lot. That would look like a lot more like the map 1 against Kansas, where that was super, super back and forth. Wisconsin looked like they definitely had the edge there for a bit, but Emran on the Widow, so good there at the end. I mean, that we talked about the Soldier spawn trap maybe didn't necessarily go his way. Luckily, he's going to get to play the game for his trouble, so one way or the other, he's going to find that Soldier value. You can see that's the one thing Soldier is so good for. They're playing into Pharah and Mercy or against an Echo. Soldier can just absolutely laser those 3 out of the sky, so the pick made sense. It's just that strategy was a little bit ambitious during that one point.
Absolutely, yeah. And, that's the one thing with Soldier. Like, because he does have that sprint ability, it's so tempting to just always be repositioning and stuff with him, right? Like, when you have it there in front of you, it's hard not to take that option. But sometimes it just doesn't quite work out for you. So that's where you got to exercise a little bit of self-restraint. And, I think we kind of saw that in the later rounds there. Emran, he realized maybe he's doing just a little bit too confident. He toned it back down a bit, played closer to his heels, played a bit safer positions, and we saw him start getting a lot of value there.
Listen, Emran's used to playing the Widow where he can't heal himself. He's like, Soldier, I can sprint and I can heal. Oh my goodness, I'm going to sit wherever I want and try to find this damage. But like we said, the picks, it's good to see the variety too. We talked about how Overwatch 2 was actually in a healthy state. So to see this kind of get like, I guess, verified by the comps, we've been seeing so many differences. Sure. Seeing the D.Va, we haven't seen too often recently. Seeing the Echo, so many different choices. But the Saints ultimately do take a very, very close back and forth map 1.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if this kind of plays out the same way as our last series did. Like, Saints, they played a close map 1, but then the second 2 maps, they were just on a roll. They looked so coordinated, so good on every single comp that they played. Is this going to be a repeat? Or is Wisconsin going to be able to kind of keep up that pressure that we've seen? I mean, yeah, that's the one thing I'm looking for them to kind of do is, like, they had such a strong start to that first point and a half kind of. They just let the pressure either kind of slip away or they tried to maybe they got off the point too early because we saw both of those teams. They went so far to take pressure in the spawn, which is a smart thing to do, but you do have to play the point to some degree, and letting 3 members just go around the backside and try to take away that point, not going to be the best way to win, but we are going to go to Para-ESO next, a map that we haven't seen a ton of. We've seen a decent amount in Collegiate. I think the Saints have fared pretty well. I mean, they haven't lost to NACE yet, so I'm guessing they've probably played pretty well on it. But it is one of those newer maps, so. Yeah, Para-ESO, one of the maps that was added with Overwatch 2. We'll probably see far on this one. There's a good chance, yeah. Para-ESO, it is an open map. And the second point especially is very, very interesting because of all the rooftops. Like, there's so many places where you can play high up and just take pot shots down onto the car as it's moving through those streets. Have the ball go all the way up. And for sure, yeah. And, this is where you kind of gotta side-eye Crime and Emran, who really like playing on high grounds like that, right? Yeah, true. There's nothing they enjoy more than just being able to sit and play aim training from those high grounds. Yeah, this is where we might see like the Widow on maybe some kind of other amalgamation or the combination. Yeah, we know these guys, they like their long range. We have been seeing Crime play a lot of Sojourn, though. He hasn't really necessarily, maybe because he hasn't had to go to the Sojourn recently, but he's been kind of spreading his wings a bit the last couple of weeks, but now we see when he's dialed in, wants to get over in on the Sojourn. He's been playing so well. Para-ESO, though, like we said, a lot of teams, it's one of those newer maps. The newer maps are kind of hit and miss with some teams. Some people love them. Some people think they're kind of garbage. It's just in between. Depends on, the meta and what kind of style you want to play, though. Yeah. Well, and that's one thing you got to consider is that for a lot of these old Overwatch maps, they've been studied for years upon years, right? Like, since the game's inception, people have been finding especially the maps that have been around since the game's release, people have been finding every single little optimization. They've got the health packs perfectly memorized. Every single bit of routing is just ingrained into their minds. Whereas the new maps, not so much. There's still a lot of room for experimentation on these new maps. Comps that are still undiscovered as the optimal way to play these kinds of things, right? So if I almost said Kansas. If Wisconsin are going to, kind of play on an even field here with Saints, I think this is their best chance to do it. Yeah, the one thing I wish we could see too, I think NACE has a set map pool. I would love if we could see Shambali Monastery, the new Arctic map. I'd love to see some of these newer maps that are in the game that we really haven't seen any form, at least in collegiate competitive, because I think there is that 7 or 8 map pool. Emran solo bolo on Mr. Rickles mere moments into the game. That was a spawn kill Tracer, in Overwatch. Tracer something or other. That was quick. Yeah, that was something that... Is that a record? Has to be some kind of first blood. It was a solo kill, too. That was I think, maybe 2 seconds from Emran likes doors opening. Right? Emran likes to be that little rat, right? Talk about first blood there. He heard us talking about how maybe you got to play a little bit closer to the team, and he's just like, no, watch this. Watch this. I'm going to get a spawn kill in 2 seconds. No problem. And yeah, the Saints, they're gonna be pretty quick off the back of that. They're gonna be pushing forward with this Winston here. University of Wisconsin with the ball comp, once again leaning on that Echo that won them the second point on the first map. We'll see if they can get some value with it. Squeak is gonna be forced out, and right now Wisconsin's doing a good job taking some space and a nice pick from Flak onto Crime. This is gonna be a big source of damage for Saints missing now. Yeah, Echo can be a little bit tricky to land some of those shots sometimes, but the damage you get from those explosives is massive. There's the beam to take down Red X too, so this is a really strong start to cleanse to keep the fight alive. Flak is taking some damage from Emran, trying to get going on that Tracer. Is going to have that Pulse Bomb, does find the kill on the Flak. He's going to find the Pulse Bomb, takes down Sockby, not before the res can come through the one to Flak, so University of Wisconsin, they're still going to capture this point. Yeah, and Red X isn't going to swap off the Lucio. Oh, actually, Squeak is going just in time. The Echo Beam is so strong, though. Yeah, not quite going to do it. Poor Winston. Yeah, I wonder if this might be indication that Squeak is going to try swapping here, maybe go to a ball, because we do see Red X on the Zenyatta. I think he'll ride it to Primal probably. Yeah, it's that close. He is going to stick with it, but that Zen, it is something that Saints are going to need to be careful of, because Echo, she is so good at these assassinations with those sticky bombs, especially with the damage boost on there. It's just something you really have to be careful of. But the one thing you do get with the Zen is that Discord Orb, which is going to make it a lot harder for Drigman here to just go in and do whatever he wants. And as we say that, Crime is actually going to take out the Sojourn. And Crime taking the duel against Mr. Rickles. We'll see if he can find the pick. Like we said, up on those rooftops. Oh, but Rickles, the movement's too good, is able to avoid getting taken out. But Squeak takes out
Sockby not so lucky though. The Mercy trying to chase down Mr. Rickles for heals there. They both end up falling in the end. Though Squeak, 25. 2 going to go down for the Saints. Crime luckily going to answer one back, and the Mines take down Redx. So the trades for Wisconsin, whatever way you want to spin it, end up pretty decent. However, so many members of both teams dead, the cart just kind of stays in the neutral zone.
Yeah, also I just noticed that Argent is already using the Tatsumaki skin. Wasted no time in picking that up.
Oh, is he really? Oh, yep. He is too. Listen, he probably waited for 1 p.m. today, 2 p.m. Refresh store. All right, it's mine.
Yeah, Argent's a weeb confirmed.
That's the paid skin, not the challenges, right?
Yep, that's the paid skin, yeah.
Yep.
Argent is a massive weeb, 100% confirmed. Anyway, University of Wisconsin.
That's why you sub back in.
You're right, yeah. They do have their ults online. We have both Kitsune Rushes available here to the teams, and Crime he's going to have this railgun here. And Squeak is going to have the Primal. We'll see the Kitsune Rush coming out from University of Wisconsin. We'll see what kind of follow-up there is. This whole time, though, they are getting cart space, so this is really good for Wisconsin.
Yeah, and there's lots of time on the clock, too, so even if they were to lose one of these fights, they're making so much progress. There's the overclock, though. Kitsune back the other way, too, the Saints. Now they're going to look to dig their heels in, try to find a couple of these picks. Squeak going to drop the shield, chase down the Echo. Flak, one more melee. He's going to go down. Couple of ultimates burned for Wisconsin. The Saints, though, after what Wisconsin burned, they're definitely going to be happy. The Saints did burn a decent amount, though.
That's
Wisconsin.
A big stagger onto Crime, though.
And that's, one of your main DPS down. This cart's not going to be pushed quite yet, but either way, Wisconsin, they get the cart to stay where it is and not go backwards.
For sure, yeah. Oh, and Mr. Rickles, is he able to find him? No, he gets juked. He gets juked, isn't quite able to take out Emran. That's going to be a really important opportunity there for St. Clair. The fact that they stayed alive. Now, Mr. Rickles with that Pulse Bomb, we'll see if he can find a kill. Oh! Doesn't quite find the Pulse Bomb, but it does force the Primal. Squeak with that Primal now. He's going to be causing some chaos, but isn't quite able to find any kill. As I say that, though, Sockby actually did get taken out mid-flight there by Squeak and that Primal. Mr. Rickles trades with Redx being taken out, but Crime, always reliable, finds a pick, and Squeak
the cart inches forward when the ball goes by, just stops dead in its tracks after Crime. Trying to run down the ball now, trying to send Dragman back to the spawn there. The Saints, I mean, Wisconsin had a crazy good push there, but that's the tricky thing with this point. The checkpoint is so far away that you have to win 2 to 3 consecutive fights or have the push of a lifetime. Emran,
the recall does get forced out. He gets pooped deep into enemy territory.
Has a pulse bomb, though, if he wants to maybe try
he's so low,
and he gets back to the healing.
Emran is doing such a good job of staying alive here. Situations that should be death sentences for a normal player.
Not lucky, all skill.
And he is actually solo kill. Able to take out Mr. Rickles again.
No pulse bomb needed either.
Doing such a great job on this Tracer so far.
Redx has had Transcendence for like a minute and a half, just waiting for the right time to use it too.
Yeah. And Flak is able to take out Crime, but again, the trades are there. University of Wisconsin, without ult on the board, it seems like they're kind of starting to stall here.
They're losing the space, too. You can see that the cart, I think, slowly going to inch backward, or at least it's not going to get any further. The Saints now kind of have that defense set up once again. They had the start of the round. They can take the space back. They can work toward these spawns. They can play off these ultis as well. They're close to everything. And now there was 3 minutes when Wisconsin had the cart near that checkpoint. Now it's a little bit farther away, and they only have a minute 15. And like I said, these ultimates for the Saints, Redx has been pocketing this Transcendence for the right moment.
Well, he just really hasn't had any need to use it.
Exactly.
He just hasn't been pressured enough. He's been sitting comfortable the whole time, but now the rally comes out. Squeak is there. Rookie taken out. That rally not able to keep him alive, and the trance finally comes out. And yeah,
and the snap kick.
Saints sitting pretty. Now we're under a minute left, and University of Wisconsin, they used their ult. They used like the rally, which should be really effective here.
They used the pulse bomb too at some point.
Yeah, but they aren't able to find anything. It looks like the only thing they'll have online for this final fight is the mines. And is it going to be enough?
And the Saints only use Transcendence. That's it. Whoa, Wisconsin. This is going to be a lot trickier than it was 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, they're going to really need to take advantage of Saints players being so far forward. Like Emran, when he goes in like that, you got to be able to confirm that kill onto
up
him.
Rooftops.
They were on Flak, swapping out the Echo. He's going to the Sojourn. Yeah. The Sojourn is here. The OP hero is on the field. This is their chance.
You thought the Tracer duel this game was the one to watch. No, the 2 Sojourns, always the one to watch. But Crime, he's got the overclock in that back pocket. He might get ready to use it.
So low. He does get taken out.
He does go down to Flak.
Yeah, that's actually a really, really huge pick for Wisconsin. That overclock not being online might be their chance. Oh, but Riccio and Mr. Rickles both get taken out back-to-back.
Everything.
Flak doing his best. The Kobe there from Emran is going to do a little bit of damage. But
not going to matter. The Primal, the timing, the rest of these members about to fall. Flack, the last one standing. Sojourn, not going to be enough there. The Saints wait for those ultimates at the right time. They burn them at the same time pretty much there. 103 meters. Decent push by Wisconsin, but the context of how fast they got to that 100 meters and how quickly it fell away, the Saints are probably feeling a lot better than they were going to be otherwise.
For sure, yeah. And, you know, the silver lining here for Wisconsin is that they did cap, and they did get a decent
progress,
amount, right?
It's not like progress where it's like you lose one fight and you lost the game.
No, for sure. Like, there is a chance for them to hold this. Like, you know, if you're Wisconsin right now, you just got to stabilize, focus up. This is still winnable for them, but they definitely need to shape things up a bit. Like, Emran, he's playing so aggressive, and, you know, Tracer is a hard character to punish, but there are times when he's being caught without the recall, without blinks. But he's just getting away from them. He's slipping around the corner. He's getting back into the range of heals, and there just needs to be a little bit more focus fire to chase him down and make sure that kill does get confirmed.
Yeah, one of the biggest parts of Overwatch, whether it's Overwatch 1 or Overwatch 2, is playing off the cooldowns and finding those kill windows, especially playing off against the Kiriko. Not necessarily this map, but playing against that cleanse. Usually that's the thing. Tracer no recall, Kiriko no cleanse. We have to make the next of this 5-6 seconds right now. This is the best chance we're going to have to kill either one of these heroes. If you miss that window, the fight's going to reset. One of the supports is going to catch up. It makes things so much trickier. 103 meters after this capture, the Saints, all they need, Emran, on his typical Symmetra there. We're going to see that double sniper that I thought we were going to see the Ana and the Widowmaker. Squeak playing Roadhog. Not sure if he'll keep that locked. He might, though.
Yeah. We do have to mention, though, that Flack is going to be on the Sojourn.
Full-time Sojourn.
He did get a couple quick picks that once he swapped at the end of that
was
fight.
good, though. To me. His Echo was really
His
good.
Echo was
doing
really good, but, you know, Sojourn is just such a strong hero in meta right now. Squeak actually is going to stick to the Roadhog.
I mean, maybe they thought they were going to play...
Oh, the TP comes out.
Oh,
the
that's
hook
why.
is just onto the ball. Not quite going to find any picks. But still, this is actually a solid position here. We'll see if Squeak can maybe rotate onto that far balcony and sort of force the supports off. Arjun and Redex also situated up here. This is a good spot for them. Oh, but
both
the Zens trade each other with a volley.
Hey, Rukio gets a headshot. He wins, though.
Oh, but the sleep combo onto Mr. Rickles. They slept him and hooked him. Mr. Rickles not going to be happy about that. And now, Saints, they do have a man advantage here. They're going to be pushing in. The Hog is just sitting pretty on that point. That hook, still a threat. You know, Hog himself may not be able to one-shot, but that displacement is still so important, right?
It's the threat of, like, being borderline one-shot. So it's like, oh, there's a Roadhog. I probably shouldn't try to face check him.
Yeah, for sure. And just like that, we see, right? Like, just the value of having that hook to cancel things, to pull people in. But as we say that, Mr. Rickles, he does not want to lose this. He's going in, getting picks. Arjun goes down, and we'll see if he can chase down. Dragoman is going to try and take out Squeak. But yeah, Squeak is in a 1v4 here. Surely he doesn't get out of this alive. There, he finally goes down. And it looks like University of Wisconsin, they are going to be... Oh, crap!
What?
No way he gets away with that. That's incredible.
I didn't think Rukio was going to keep peeking after he took 80% of his health bar, but he tried to go for one more little shot there. Rickles is down to one. Oh, Emran definitely would have wanted to have the headshot there. That would have made things so much easier. But Wisconsin, they have stopped this push completely in its tracks, so maybe the Roadhog, not necessarily the best pick. Maybe things just aren't working together, but Wisconsin, things are working beautifully for them right now.
While Squeak is doing a great job of pushing forward and, like, you know, taking a lot of frontline space, it means that the Tracer isn't really getting marked very hard.
Combo!
But yeah, at Dragman, that's just ridiculous. Like,
I think Crime
you're a
bit
tank and you get
luckily,
taken out in about 2 seconds.
And your ball after the ball patch.
Yeah, that's not going to be fun. Oh, and Nano Widowmaker comes out.
Hey, respect. Well, if you hit shots.
The rally, though, as well as the Tracer and Sojourn, he's looking everywhere. He doesn't know quite who to find, but it looks like Arjun is going to be there to help him out, follow up, gets a pick onto the break. Pulse Bomb comes out, but no pick.
I like that Rickles is behind Emran shooting at him, and he doesn't even look his way. He's like, my teammate's got it. I'm not worried about that right now. I got to scope to aim in.
And, you know, Mr. Rickles hasn't even been doing that bad. He's been doing a good job of hunting down these supports, but unfortunately, the rest of his team is just not able to stay alive on this point. They get taken out. And now Crime, he's going to be walking forward. This long-range damage so impactful. Crime gets taken low. He's going to back out. But yeah, now Saints, they're going to be on the move here. Squeak walking forward. The infra site is going to give Saints the info to see if they can get these picks. Oh, but a sleep comes out, and Emran finds a pick. There it is.
Yeah.
See if they can use this momentum to push it all the way.
I mean, to be fair, having that Transcendence and having this overclock, the whole Hog as well, these are ultis that are amazing for clearing a cart and keeping people off of a cart. So if they can get this to 60, 70 meters, maybe combo these ults together, they could be in such a good spot to end up winning this round. Crime does have the overclock ready. Squeak going to get discorded. Maybe going to see the whole Hog in a second or two here. Either way, though, Crime, overclock now ready, Trans ready. Like we said, Squeak going to find the hook there, tries to get the heal. Still going to be discorded, though, the tank battle in the second story here. Either way, the whole time, though, look at the cart. It's moving.
It is, yeah. And finally, we do see Dragman going in. Emran does get taken out. and Squeak uses that whole hog. Is he able to finish that D.Va? He is. But the remake is going to come in with that D.Va bomb. We'll see if University of Wisconsin can stabilize. Emran is going to swap over to the Genji, actually, as he comes back here. And Crime using that overclock. Both teams really pouring everything they have into this fight. And at the end of it, Saints look like they're coming out on top.
Yeah, and in a big way as well. You see those ultimates. I mean, University of Wisconsin, they also used they used whatever ultis they had. Those cooldowns are very, very low now. Emran, as you said, swap to the Genji. Arjunk does have that nano in the back pocket, though, so maybe trying to set up something.
Emran has the Geno skin.
I was going to say, try. Okay, listen, these guys, you knew they were buying every single skin the second they came out. There's the nano, though. Not going to wait for the Dragon Blade, considering they're 2.5 meters away from securing. Now you can see the deflect kill and the kill feed as well, so you know which one of your teammates messed up their team kill. Team wipe. Map over. 2-0 lead for the Saints.
Emran pulling out those machine gun blows there to finish off the map. Such a great performance there from Saints. Like, Wisconsin, they did a pretty good job kind of stalling it, but, you know, Saints, like, it just felt like even though they kind of were stalled out, it never really felt like they struggled. It just kind of felt like they were waiting for an opportunity, and as soon as they found it, it was just pedal to the metal, right? Yeah,
they're just starting to play like their timings, right? They're waiting like, okay, we might lose 2 team fights, but if this third team fight is going to secure us 60 meters of space and end up with a team kill, like, yeah, we're going to let you guys have 2 picks a couple of these fights. Once we get these ultimates online, we're going to start to hit that W key. And I mean, Emran on the Tracer, absolute psychopath, gets a solo kill in what, 2 seconds into the round? Like,
yeah, like, I think it was the moment his foot crossed that spawn door, he was done for. Rickles, you just know, like, he's head in his hands just going like, what just happened to me?
I wondered if it was a bug.
Probably,
did I hit a death border, a death barrier? Like, what even just happened? Either way, though, like we said, Wisconsin, fantastic start, slowed down toward that second half of that map. Now, you're going to have to find that reverse sweep. You are going to be sitting down 2-0. But with that being said, we will throw it to a very, very quick break in between maps here, just a minute or two. We'll get back in here. Saints up 2-0. And welcome back in St. Clair College versus University of Wisconsin. We are now stepping foot on Dorado to potentially end off our second Overwatch 2 series of the night. As you can see, that 2-0 lead. The Saints took a 3-0 over Kansas as well. Crime trying to get busy with it early on.
Yeah, right away we actually see a really nice quick rotation. 3 members of University of Wisconsin.
I think they got some info there, though.
Yeah, they did get spotted out, but still, they're in a good position. Yeah. St. Clair are now going to have to commit a lot of resources in order to try and force them out here. Squeak does go in. Oh, and a nice follow-up from Emran is going to be right there. The Suzu isn't going to fall up. And, actually, as I say that, Rookie was going to take out Crime. And this is actually going to be stable for University of Wisconsin. They go 1 for 1, and a nice sleep from Arjun.
Oh, the combo and the snap.
I thought he wasn't going to quite find it. I got scared there for a second.
Going to catch a size 9 Nike to the face there. Sockby's going down to Red X too. So now we see Arjun on the Ana, Red X over on the Zen. So Red X said, hey, I want some of that DPS action. I've been grinding DPS on the ranked ladder. I can play that Zen too. The Saints completely dominating that first team fight, getting this ultimate charge up as high as possible. Emran. Yeah. As annoying as ever on the
Like
tracer.
we so often see with these ball comps, it devolves into chaos so quickly once both teams start scrapping, just fighting hand-to-hand. Crime is going to be kind of getting pressured here by Dragon Man, but the follow-up from Saints is through. The Discord just chunks him down so fast, and Flak is going to be looking for a pick onto Arjun, but isn't quite going to find it. They're doing such a good job of sticking together. Emran so low, but isn't going to go down. Like we talked about, those kill confirms aren't quite coming through. And now looks like St. Clair is going to be sitting stable. Red X, oh no, Red X, what are you doing?
What are you up to, buddy? Arjun's going to land the anti-heal there. Has the nano as well already. Red X is trying to win the kill. Red X is on a solo mission to top the damage charts this game. He said, my DPS doesn't do enough damage to take matters into his own hands. Yeah. He's going to fall to Dragman. Sockby finds the res on the Mr. Rickle. So if you're Wisconsin, this is the window now. You found a pick. You found the res. Red X is off the board. Those ultimates are off the board. Now you have to take advantage. The nano, though, onto Emran. He finds a lot of damage. Can he find the kill onto Flak, though? Not going to be able to find anything quite yet. Still giving the chase, though. Still not going to find anything. Now he's going to get some more damage. No kills yet, this Mercy Pocket. Or rather, the Kiriko instead actually keeping Flak alive. Either way, though, Wisconsin finding these picks.
Yeah. Emran just pulling off miracles there. Like, he was 1v4ing for like a solid 15 seconds there. And he stayed alive, got the nano. But unfortunately, you got to do more than just stay alive, right? You got to be able to get those picks. And the movement from Sockby was more than enough to keep him alive there. And Wisconsin, they're able to just outlast and eventually outgun the Saints.
There's Kitsune. I was going to say, I don't know if the Saints are going to find a touch here. Only 2 meters left. The Transcendence just in time. The rest of the team, though, they're going to have to get over here. We do see the Kitsune for Wisconsin. The Echo ult is online, so something to keep in mind as well. We're going to see that 1 for 1. Rickles and Red X, the 2 to fall there. Ball going to try to slam down. Overclock is online for Crime, so going to try to find one of these picks here. Arjun going to die there to the Kiriko. Crime on the overclock trying to find anything. He's going to take down the Mercy. He's going to get run up into spawn, though. Disruption not going to be enough for those 2 tanks. They're going to take him down. Still, though, point just barely being contested. Emran trying to keep this thing alive.
Yeah, against all odds, Saints are managing to stay alive here. And it looks like Wisconsin, they might not be able to cap because their health bars are too low. They don't have healers there with them.
Watching Emran, my brain can't even calculate what I'm watching with the recalls and the melee and all the killing he's doing.
Yeah, he's playing like 8D chess right now. He's just going, he's everywhere all at once, right? Like, you can't comprehend what this guy is doing.
He's omnipresent.
He really is, yeah. And he's just doing, like, at the end of the day, he's staying alive, even if he's not getting quite as many kills and stuff.
Not getting punished ever.
Yeah, he's just doing such a good job. But Flak is able to come up with a pick onto Red X. A healer going down is going to be huge. Wisconsin, they need to find some kind of follow-up. The mines are going to come down, deny a bit of space, force the jump out of Squeak. We'll see if St. Clair, but Crime, he comes and he trades.
Oh, the pulse bomb
as well.
Oh, and Squeak just in time, jumps on the cart, pops the shield. Not going to find the timing. Emran still finds another one, though. Oh, my goodness, Emran and Crime. That point was dead and gone. They somehow saved it, and they stopped the checkpoint.
Unbelievable.
That was crazy.
St. Clair, DPS.
I think they nanoed the Lucio at the end.
They did. They hit the Bucio
little
at
nano
the end.
for Red X there. Yeah, the
just
Bucio,
a little flex. Just a little flex on them.
That was crazy.
But
they
yeah,
stopped that.
St. Clair, like this DPS line of Crime and Emran is always so reliable, right?
Emran was invisible on the cart when it was at 0.8 and ends up finding 2, and they don't get the capture.
Yeah, just such a great last-minute hold. And for University of Wisconsin,
that hurts.
It really does. Like that's
a tilter.
A crushing blow. Like to be so close and then just have it, like that was in their hands. and it just slipped out.
That's in comp queue. That's a tilter. Literally, they had like the cart was there was an invisible tracer kind of skirting around the outside of the cart. There was no other Saints on the screen. 3 Wisconsin members die, and you don't even get that first checkpoint.
Yeah. University of Wisconsin, they're going to need a mental of steel
in
order to come back from this. And, you know, it is doable.
Well, Zen's got a metal head, right? That's something. Ball turns metal when he rolls.
Yeah.
Echoes.
They have steel balls,
Echoes,
for sure.
whatever Echo is, robot, android.
Yeah. It's going to be really difficult for them, though, especially if they keep letting Emran get away with everything that he's been doing. Like, he's just like he's a maniac. I can't even describe his gameplay because it's such an unorthodox style. Like, he's doing everything. He's shooting from the back. He's fighting on the front line. He's getting assassinations. Yeah. He's peeling. Like, he is just blinking all over the map. Like, this guy is playing lore accurate tracer.
Yeah, this is the tracer that you never want to see in your solo queue game, and if you do, about 30 seconds in, you realize we might be outmatched here. Either way, though, Wisconsin, they got a chance to make a stand here. They're going to do their best to try to fend off these Saints. Squeak doing his best to be a disturbance to that back line already. We're going to see the ball going over the top. How many solo kills for Emran onto Mr. Rickles?
Emran and Crime, they both find their one.
And half a team fight, this is over.
Yeah, Arjun is there to follow up as well. Now we'll see if Emran, is he going to push the spawn? Wouldn't surprise me from this guy. Crime is just going to be SMGing.
Emran's
I mean,
at
like
60%. These guys get ult charged like it's going out of style, man. They get so frequently. Look at this push already. 30 meters. You're close to ulties, kind of. Like,
yeah.
Wisconsin better go big here.
Wisconsin is able to stabilize. Fortunately, Dregman didn't go down, but, you know, they're in dire straits. They need a pick, and they need it now.
Yeah, you need a big pick in a big way. They're going to try here. They're going to dive onto the cart there. Dragman is going to get slapped, though. Arjunk is going to die with the sleep, though. Flack still alive there, just enough to keep Squeak on top of the ball. They're going to be a little bit of a nuisance. Crime is going to fall to the melee. So Wisconsin, this is what you're looking for. Emran,
the movement,
he never dies.
The micro movement
he never dies.
Is so good. Like there was a slight tap of his S key that dodged the headshot from the Echo. Those little plays like that is why this guy is so good. It just stays alive against all odds. And, you know, Flack, he did find picks, which stalled it out, but is it going to be enough?
Flack
St. Clair, Arjun getting a little too aggressive and is going to get taken out, but Redx, he finds Flack. And again, this is even. Emran's so low, and he finally does get taken out. That's what you need to see. When Emran goes low, he needs to get taken out. And, you know, now that that's happened, we see stability. We see University of Wisconsin are able to put their foot down. They're able to get pills. And finally, it seems like for the first time in this map,
resistance.
University of Wisconsin, they have kind of a small ult advantage here. They've forced St. Clair to swap Crime to the Cassidy rather than the Widowmaker. It looks like this might finally be the chance for Wisconsin to breathe a little.
I mean, a minute 50, basically for the Saints, the pulse bomb, Emran finally going to miss a pulse bomb there, so not going to find that kill. That's one ultimate off the board there. We do see Crime swap onto the castle. Going to get that reset. Now they're going to pulse bomb the other way, though. Red X is going down. The sticky bomb, though, so good. The concussion, the roll, the melee. The combo is so clean from Crime. Rickles is going to fall there. Now Emran, we know what he's capable of on the Tracer. Trying to find this damage on the Flack. He chunks him down to basically nothing. The recall to safety. The backline is getting teared apart right now. Dragman is going to find the kill on Crime. Kitsune to answer. They're going to try to stall this push, and they have done so quite well so far.
Yeah, but that beat coming out at the last minute, that might be a crucial misplay coming out from the side of University of Wisconsin. Like, St. Clair was already backing out, and that beat, you know, actually.
The Saints are going to have everything for this push, too.
Yeah, and St. Clair, they just found a bit of a random spam pick there onto Mr. Rickles. That's going to be potentially devastating for University of Wisconsin to be going into this fight missing a member.
Yeah, Coalescence is going to be ready. The Pulse Bomb is very, very close. And Transcendence. Both support ult is so huge. There's the Cole. Going to try to keep Squeak beefy. Try to tear apart the backline as well. Down goes Dragman. This Coalescence still has a little bit of time left on it too. The spray down. Arjunk putting on that TikTok Moira display right there. Trying to find the backline damage. He's going to do just that. Him and Emran working together in tandem beautifully. And look at Red X having a good old time on the cart. He's got lots to celebrate. That is back-to-back 3-0s on the day for the Saints.
Yeah, TikTok Moira, you said. Well, very fitting as the clock ticked down there for University of Wisconsin. It is going to be their loss today. But Saints, they look so solid, especially Emran. Like, this is, that was a very well-deserved play of the game. Dude was just a monster. Like,
he's like John Wick. He's like, from the shadows, you look in a room, 20 people are laid across the floor dead, and you go, did a gust of wind hit? Like, what happened here possibly?
Yeah, 100%. Like, he was just doing such a good job. Like, he was doing a great job of getting picks.
Farming alt charge.
It was his movement and his ability to just be putting down such consistent damage. He was such a thorn in the side. He was such a thorn in the side for University of Wisconsin. That if you look at him, then Crime starts picking you off, right? And if you're looking at Crime, then Emran's just
trying to look at Emran is like doing this.
Yeah, it's like you gotta turn up your DPI just to be able to look at Emran, right?
The DPI check just to find the tracer. Either way, though, fantastic series from the Saints. They take down the Kansas Jayhawks 3-0, take down University of Wisconsin Stout 3-0 as well. So fantastic series, both games. We saw Grave play for a little bit, played fantastic. We saw Arjung fill in for that last series. Again, no missteps, going to be 6-0 in NACE. So right now, they had some decent competition today. Today, we by far the two best games we had all of NACE today.
While these were 3-0s, I think especially for the first maps that we saw from their respective teams, not quite indicative of the skill level of these teams we saw. Because this was definitely the most we've seen Saints get pushed here in NACE.
And Kansas, we talked about it too. They kind of made not an error in a substitution, but maybe some changes that didn't need to be made. They were playing really good Overwatch, just maybe trying to do too much, thinking, okay, we have to try to step up a gap here to try to close the deal on the Saints. But either way, Saints don't care. 2 3-0s for them. They're going to be more than happy to take that. 2-0 in the week for NACE. That being said, though, we are going to begin to wrap things up for now, but we still have that CCL match later at 10:30 p.m. So there is still that to tune into later, but we will close off Overwatch 2. We will close off the stream just for now. We will catch you guys all later for some Call of Duty action. Have a good one.
Take care.